Hello my friends, David Kessler here and welcome back to the studio. Let's talk today about shipping costs. I get this question all the time from workshop students and they wonder, should they charge for shipping costs? And if so, how do they apply those, if they have a website and they're selling work from their website or, an Etsy store or whatever else. So that's kind of a two-part question. So let's deal with the first part first. Should you charge shipping costs? I think everybody has a different way to do business, a different business model. For me, I personally charge shipping costs. I mean, I'm a small business owner. It's just me. So I don't have somebody else on staff that, boxes everything up and takes it to the UPS store. So I have to do that. It takes me time to make boxes. I have to make boxes custom for all the sizes of my canvases. And I have a 2-box system, and I've shown that on videos previously. I make 2 boxes, kind of an inner box and an outer box. So it takes me time to do that. And then I have to take time to go to the UPS store or to the post office to ship the paintings out. So there's time involved there, usually a couple of hours. So at $150 an hour that I charge, I'm burning up $300 just to get a painting out the door. So who's going to pay for that? Typically that's part of the shipping cost. It's part of doing business, obviously, but some of it has to come out of the shipping cost. Now, while we are in the Amazon era, and I use that a lot in the workshops talking about how people find you online and how they buy from you, I'm not Amazon. Amazon gets reduced shipping costs. People pay $100, actually now it's $120 a year to get free shipping. Well, nobody pays me. I don't have millions of people paying me $120 a year so that they can get free shipping. So it's just me. So for me and for my business model and the way my business works the best, I charge for shipping. I know a lot of artists that don't charge for shipping. But I would say, if you decide not to charge for shipping, and if that works for you, that's great. But run the numbers, right? Don't be one of these artists that doesn't know the numbers. Run the numbers and figure out if it's going to work for you. First, you need to consider, are you going to ship internationally or are you just going to ship in the US? That's going to make a lot of difference in what you might have to pay to ship a painting. I ship paintings all over the world, so for me, charging shipping is really the only reasonable solution that I have. But you have to figure it out. Now, if you're not going to charge for shipping and you're going to say everything's free shipping, then how do you figure out what your margin needs to be on your artwork to pay for the shipping? It's pretty simple, right? I mean, if you're going to ship only in the United States, I'm on the East Coast, so if I know that I'm going to be shipping some stuff to the West Coast, and I'm going to be shipping stuff in-state into adjacent states, then do I put in the shipping cost for the worst case scenario, which is the West Coast? Or if I'm shipping internationally and I say it's going to be free shipping, then how do I determine that? If I'm going to be shipping to New Zealand or Australia, it's going to be different than if I'm shipping something to the UK. Right? So how do you build in a number in your artwork for shipping? You have to think about that. I prefer not to do that. I prefer to have shipping stand on its own. That way I don't have to worry about building in a certain margin to cover the shipping for a worst case scenario. Because that means somebody that's in the state where I live is going to pay a premium because I got a margin in to ship to Australia. I mean, it seems pretty basic. That's the reason I don't worry about it. I just charge shipping. Another way to look at shipping is there are people who are going to ask you for a discount. Some people just like the negotiation process. They'd like to get a little bit better deal. So those people may contact me and say, hey, can I get a deal, particularly if I'm buying maybe 2 pieces, can I get a better price? So my first inclination is not to mark the price of the painting down, but to offer free shipping. That's my first option. Or if they're local to me, maybe I say, hey, why don't I just bring it over to your house and install it for you? That's a freebie. So, you have to think about that too. Maybe that's a way not to discount your work, but to give some other services for free. It all depends on your business model, how you make money, how you want to make money, and the price of your paintings. Now, to the second part of the question, which is, I have a website and I need to put shipping costs on there. How do I do that? Well, it's kind of a general question, and I can't really answer that because everybody's got a different website provider, and they may have a different system in there for determining how shipping costs can be applied when somebody checks out from your shopping cart payment system. One common approach, is to just determine, a weight and a shipping value that goes along with it. Maybe you have a website that's very sophisticated. Maybe you have a high-end plan where it automatically, based on the weight of your painting that you input in there, provides, UPS or USPS cost for shipping automatically. And there's a lot of different ways to do it. If you have specific questions about it with a specific platform, let me know and I may be able to help you with that. But generally speaking, I think every platform is going to be a little bit different, and it may be a different system has to be applied to each of those platforms. But anyway, I hope this video is helpful for you. It's up to you how you want to deal with shipping. You can either do it or not based on some of the points that I brought up today. If you like the video, give me a like there. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do that, please, and share it with your friends if you like that. We talk about this kind of stuff in the workshops. We talk about art business issues. If you have time and you want to come paint with me at a location, I would love to see you and I'd love to paint with you. I have a list of all my workshops on my website, davidmkessler.com. I'll link to that below, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks.